Hi guys, you're welcome back to another episode of Off the Game podcast. Today we're bringing you a special and our special guest today is the brand storyteller. You know, he's part of the revolution in Nigerian sports industry that's going on at Sporting Lagos. They are trying to turn the tide. Ah, sir,
That's
don't be humble,
that's a
don't be humble.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yes, they are kicking us and taking names. He's the brand director. Welcome, David Odunlami. Nice to have
Yes,
you on board.
hi. Nice to be here. I don't know about revolution, but I know that I'm here, so
Come on, you
thank
guys,
you.
don't be humble. Don't be humble. What Sporting Lagos is doing in this country is nothing short of breathtaking. You get to make it to the NPFL in its 2 seasons, right? Exactly, 2022. Like, and that's a fast ride. And you guys are also doing it with marketing, with amazing brand storytelling, which you're part of. Like, sir, I guess, sir, don't be humble, please, please. All right, so today we're going to just dive into a lot. We're going to enter Sporting Lagos mainly. We're going to talk about football, the women's football. We're going to talk about the globalization of the game. So do stay tuned and enjoy. Enjoy. We have a great piece for you today. So without further Turenchi, like Hausa would say, let's start with Turenchi is English for Hausa, right? So I grew up partly in the north, so we use a mix of Hausa, right? You understand, yeah? All right. You get. So we're here to educate each other. All right, so let's get into it. I would say, what are your general thoughts on the Nigerian league? Like, how do you think like our systems are?
So I guess I can split my thoughts about the Nigerian league into, maybe before I started working in Nigerian football and, after, right? I think right off the bat, there's a lot of, I'd say, misconceptions or just wrong thinking um about Nigerian football, right? I mean, clearly um it's not as in our faces as European football. It's not as supported as, like, Nigerians in Nigeria don't support Nigerian football as much as we support, Arsenal and Manchester United. But I think that's something you see from outside. That's something you see when you don't have enough information. So my thoughts on Nigerian football changed when um I started. I got to Sporting Lagos, and I saw that more people than I imagined were coming for games, right? And I saw that the football was better than I'd imagined. It was not those memes that you just see on the internet that oh, Nigerian football 45-0, um
Yeah,
corruption, like, it's actual proper football. It's actual proper, people that are passionate about football. It's coaches that are, that are well versed in the game, that are, proper students of the game. It's people that are going abroad to get their UFRC licenses and coming back here to practice. It's players that have played abroad before coming back here to play again. And so I think Nigerian football is not what many people think it is. It's, there's a lot of bad press around Nigerian football, but I think, getting into working here, I think it's exciting, and I think there's, a brilliant future for it. It's not perfect. There's still some organizational, uh, you know, inefficiencies
dilemmas.
and all that. But yeah, I think it's not as bad as people think it is.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I think, even to be honest, I'm on that side that used to think that, oh, there's a lot of issues, right? Not just issues, but I used to think that our league was subpar in that it just, because of the structures that our government and I guess the bodies governing it were putting in there, it made it seem less, how would you say, efficient, right? But it's glad to hear that the work in itself is actually concrete and there's, you guys are fostering moves forward. You understand? So, what would you say is
Yeah.
like the most fascinating thing, just like one thing that really hit you when you got into the industry? Like, I would say, like a culture shock.
I guess like it's just what I've spoken about. Like it's just um the fact that it's not all bad, right? The fact that there are ultras and there are groups of fans that maybe I was very I don't it might be a shock that this was a shock to me, but I guess I was in that part of the world where or in that part of the Nigerian space where I just did not know anything about Nigerian football. So I guess the the fact that there is actually an active space was pretty. I guess it was a shock. Um. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So I guess it was is the main thing. What can you now tell us about like sports in Lagos? Do you get, and just give us like few insights. Do you get, like, let the audience get to know you guys more. You understand?
What kind of insights are you looking for here?
All right. So okay, if we know your history, which is founded by a tech bro in Mr. Shola, right? But
That's the
I'm
first
very
thing
sure.
everybody says.
Exactly, but I'm very sure like there's more in depth. There's more depth to you guys, and it's more than just splashing money and just saying, you know what, we want to play football. It has to have like, there has to like be planning and structure and taking time to really understand it. So if you can just give us like a brief walkthrough on that, like what was that like, trying to enter the league and finding out you had to start in like the national Nigerian National League Tier 2 and all of that.
I mean, yeah, it's 2 seasons. We've like there is there is there a lot to say when the club has only been here for 2 seasons? I think we've been it's pretty much out there, right? We're founded in 2022. I think one thing I like to tell people is that we're a like the club was founded because of community, not like because of I guess like people like me as well that just did not realize that there was there was that there was that hole that needed to be filled um because some of us like I'll give myself as an example. Before, apart from Sporting Lagos, I also support Arsenal, and
Oh,
I've never been to the Emirates. I've never yeah, I've never been to the Emirates. I've never met Bukayo Saka or Thierry Henry. I've never met Arsene Wenger. Um, but Sporting Lagos is here, and like I'm watching Arsenal on TV, and I'm like, these people play brilliant football. I'm singing North London forever, but like, there's space for a community, something that we all own as a community in Nigeria. There's plenty space for that. There is like, you know, there's space for Sundays with Sporting, where
yeah,
um people are just looking forward to trooping to Onikon on Sundays just because they want to blow vuvuzelas together. There's space for just the way I have my own Arsenal group chats. There's space for like I know that there are different, you know, Sporting Lagos fan group chats where they are just talking about Sporting Lagos stuff, and I'm just there like, man, this is just 2 years, right? So I think like it was it was birthed because because there was just that need for something for us to own together. And it starts here, and before you know, it's like it's something bigger than all of us, right? And so that's the idea of Sporting Lagos, just something that for all
Okay,
of us
sorry,
to
my
own
internet.
together. I was saying that there was just a need for a community club, right? Like something that we all own, and that becomes bigger than all of us, right? I don't know if you heard when I said, like it's just group chats, right? Platforms where people are just talking about Sporting Lagos. And I was saying that I'm on some Arsenal group chats where whatever is happening in Arsenal, we're talking about it. Um, and like, can we build something like that for Nigeria, where the little child, the little boys playing in school, and the little girls playing in school are talking about Sporting Lagos, and not something that is so far away. So
And
yes,
it's
it's
very
like,
achievable.
yeah, it's definitely very achievable, and I
Yeah.
think Nigerian football is getting there as well. I think we can definitely get there.
Yeah, seeing what you guys are doing with social media, right? Like how you guys give it, like you said something about a sporting Sunday, right? I've seen the one where you guys are having one on one with the players, or the players have like a player circle and they're just throwing questions back and forth, things to garner audience engagement, especially in this digital age. Like, I think those are beautiful concepts that you guys are applying. Like, again, for somebody I know to just randomly tell me like, "Oh my God, Sporting Lagos made it to the NPFL," I'm like, "Whoa, okay, that's important." Do you get? And once you set that milestone, right? I know you guys are looking at possibly survival at least in this first season in the NPFL, but I believe you guys are making the right signings. You guys have a solid coach. Leading your team. So definitely you guys are at least a mid-table side. You guys won the Niger Super 8 against the likes of Remo Stars, right? So yeah, I have genuine faith in you guys. And it now has a ripple effect. So whatever you guys are doing in Lagos, people will now see it and see the feasibility of doing such in like other cities in Nigeria. You get, and just using that to like catapult the footballing culture and community. Before I continue, you said
Exactly.
something about being an Arsenal fan. Do you think you're going to win the league this season?
Oh God.
No, the season is starting like on 12th. Can you hear me? Do you think you win the league this season?
Sorry, I think I lost you for a bit, but I heard your last question. You said, "Do I think I'll win the league this season?" Do you mean Arsenal
Arsenal,
or Sporting Lagos?
Arsenal,
Um,
Arsenal.
uh, I'm a Sporting Lagos fan, so if you're asking me if Arsenal will win the league this season, I don't know, but I don't think Arsenal will win the league this season.
That's
I
a brilliant
think
response, my brother.
I think I think maybe Arsenal will make top four. Yeah, I think just like last season they'll make top four. I think Man City will win the league again this season. I don't see any reason why they are not winning the league. Um they have a fantastic team. They have some depth. They've made some signings. So yeah, my next season is just all going to be focused on my actual team, Sporting Lagos. Let's go
Yep.
Sporting. Let's go.
Let's go Sporting. Let's go. All right. So based back to Sporting Lagos, right? So that tune, "Let's Go Sporting Lagos," right? How did you guys coin that up? Like, where did it come from?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. I don't know that it was us that coined it. I don't know that it was, the club in itself, like the management. I think fans. I think it came from the fans and from the chants that just generally happen, at our games. I think if you come for our games, you'd see that people
Is that an
are.
invite I hear? Are you inviting us for your
Yeah,
games?
why not? Why not?
Yeah. Okay. We're going to come through.
Season starts. No confirmed dates yet, but I'm hearing the season starts sometime this month, August. So when the dates are here, pull up. Why not?
All right.
But
All right.
yeah, like chants are becoming a thing as well, right? So from even just from the regular Let's Go Sporting, Let's Go, I personally know of, fan groups that came together and started making new player focused chants as well, and just like other chants, just apart from the Let's Go Sporting one, which is the one that probably has stuck the most more recently. I know that fans have also just come up with theirs. There are other different types of chants. So yeah, it's great to see that things are growing organically.
All right, beautiful. So you mentioned two things in which you guys have connected to the community, right? Through, for example, the chants. Also, just you guys are community centered. You guys are community focused. Like, can you just give us another way, like you guys have leveraged Nigeria's footballing culture to say, you know what, this is how we think we can connect with our community, especially being in Lagos. I know there's something about the jersey, or you can just give me any. You can give us anyone.
Oh yeah, I mean, like it's thank God you've mentioned the jersey. I think, yeah, the jersey designs. I mean, yeah, very Lagos centric, like you said. The yellow is looks like a downfall bus. It's downfall yellow, and
Mile two, mile
there's
two.
like anchor. Exactly, you can almost be carrying passengers when you're wearing the yellow jersey, and then the blue is, and the on the yellow jersey there are also some patterns, just like from Ankara designs. And if you look at the number on our jerseys as well, the player numbers, the designs were gotten from um the designs were gotten from the inscriptions on molwares and tray and what you
Oh,
call these trucks as well. Exactly, yeah, they're actually custom fonts. And apart from things like jerseys, um we're also very, we how do I put this, we we're in our community, right? We carry our fans along, right? I guess your question was around how we're leveraging Nigeria's football culture,
yes, yes.
right? And yeah, it's just like, first of all, football culture is crazy. You're talking about Nigeria's football culture, and I remember a tweet I saw about how a lot of the big Twitter accounts, rather, a lot of the big Twitter troll accounts are actually Nigerian, like United Tree, and just a lot of them that
Hmm.
are big on Twitter for being trolls are actually Nigerian. I guess that just goes to show how how big football is in Nigeria, right? How much we can actually communicate football to the rest of the world, and how, like, if these guys didn't reveal themselves, nobody would ever have known that they were Nigerians. And so, like, it just shows that we had to also up our level and communicate football at a an excellent skill, right? At excellently, right? So if it's memes that were, because again, when someone is losing, when someone is winning, people are trolling them, people are posting memes. It's in everything. It's from the game they experience. People liking Nigerians liking vuvuzelas, and playing games to win money, to the offline experience, to posting memes and all of that. So I think, yeah, like we try to you know put get carry everyone along, basically.
And put everything together into it.
That's what my long talk has
No,
come
it's
to.
not long because what I understood is that you guys carry different segments of the game and put it together to create an amazing fan experience. You get to ensure that your fans are understand where the club is coming from, where it's going, and how each individual fan means a lot to you guys as an organization, and the fans actually are part of the organization. It's something
Exactly.
that has been
you,
going
you
around in
said it
Europe,
better
and
than me.
oh no, no, no. Trust me, I just put everything you said and just understood it because you guys, what you just said is it's amazing. You guys are putting all these things together, all these facets to make sure the game works. So Adding to that, what did winning the Niger Super 8, do you get, and making it to the NFL, what did that do for Sporting Lagos as a footballing, I would say, unicorn and a footballing organization? What did it do for you guys?
Um,
Aside the money,
I
because I know
guess
you guys
like
did like 30 something million.
I don't know about that. I guess I can start from the NPFL qualification, which is probably not probably definitely bigger than the Niger Super 8 win. I think yeah, everybody wants to be promoted. I think when you get promoted, it's just a statement that you are here and you're probably here to stay, right? I guess maybe if people didn't realize that you were a club before, they do now. So I think obviously the promotion to the MPFL was is definitely more important than winning the Super 8. Of course, we enjoyed that we won the Super 8. It is our first and only ever trophy. Um Even though people are like, "Oh my god, it's just a preseason tournament." We'll take it. Thank you very much. Um
Yep,
and I
honestly.
guess like the Super 8 just it was just a nice icing on the cake after we'd been back from Asaba. To be honest, I was speaking with the coach after or before the Super 8 rather, after we'd made it to the MPFL at Asaba and before the Super 8. And we so in Asaba we had played every 2 days, and we only had like two or one, I think either 1 or 2 days to rest before we went into the Super 8. That was also every 2 days, right? So it was
Mm.
we had played 3 games in 5 6 days, and then we had 1 day to rest, and then we came to play the Super 8. And so before the competition, I was speaking with the coach, and he's like, no, we're not even here to try and win it at all. We're just here to enjoy the competition. We're here to celebrate the fact that we've qualified for the Premier League. We're here to be in front of our home fans
And
again.
you guys won that on that mentality. Mad.
um
Like, it's
but
just
yeah,
so
yeah,
more impressive.
exactly. So it was a nice icing on the cake, but like the real big deal is getting promoted to the Premier League 2 seasons after 2 seasons after creation. That it was great. I think it was also really dramatic in some ways, in the sense that our last game in the group stages before we qualified for the promotion playoffs was very dramatic. We had to win by a good margin of goals before we were sure that we were clear. Can you
Got
hear
into
me?
playoffs. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm following.
Yes, exactly. Before we were sure that we were clear, because it was just one person from each group, just one team from each group that could make it, and so that and we're level on points with two other teams that day. So it was just like whoever could win and win well, right? And so halftime it was 1-0, and the other teams were playing really. The other team, one of the other teams was losing, and one of the other teams was playing really well, and scoring goals as well. So it was very dramatic. But he also just goes to show. He also just went to show how much work we had put into the season, and yeah, I think we deserve it. So excited about playing in the Premier League with the bigger teams. Like I'd always go back to speaking about my conversations with Coach Paul, because I speak with him a lot for official duties, to write on the club's website, and also just to chat with him. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can. As the honorable
Okay.
brand storyteller that you are, you have like insight and knowledge into small places. So yeah, I can. Don't worry.
Yes, and so we've been speaking about the MPFL, and he goes, the NNL is very difficult, but the NPFL is also, it's clear that it's a step ahead, right? You meet more better teams, more experienced teams, much more hostile grounds, and coaches that are, top of their game, right? And so it's exciting. It's always exciting to be in the first division, to be a first
Yeah.
division club in whatever country you're playing in. So yeah, it was an exciting thing to achieve in Asaba. Emotional as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys are welcoming the challenge because it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a daunting one. You mentioned something about hostile grounds, and Nigerian away teams are known to really hear it when it comes to other grounds. So I actually like to see how you guys overcome that challenge. You get
Yeah.
like I'm so glad we had this space to talk. Right, I'm also so really glad in what you guys are doing for Nigerian football. I can't overstate it. It just shows that there's potential in the in the league, in our footballing system. I know we have a lot of off the field issues like payment of salaries, and being owed stipends from coaches to players and all of that, and the violence that are caused with games not going the way of the home crowd. See, talking about even internationally, see what happened with the Abiola Stadium in Abuja, and just generally what has been known to occur. So I'm very sure that you guys are going to like find ways to mitigate those issues, right?
I guess like with Nigeria, the problems in Nigerian football, I guess every country has their problems with everybody. Every country has the problems they face in football. I don't know the problems um, they face in the Bundesliga or the problems they face in La Liga. I'm pretty sure that they have some violence problems in England as well, where and I'm
That's
pretty
true.
sure there's racism in some other countries, and yeah, so there's problems everywhere. I think like I usually don't like to focus on the problems in the Nigerian leagues. I'm sure that like these clubs, like there are clubs existing. The league is happening. The clubs are existing, and I think it would. I mean, the more the more the league gets better, the better the league gets, the more exposure that different clubs bring to it, the more fans get interested. I think it will just naturally progress
If-
in the sense that
How the
the
fans
problems will get
interact,
sorted. Exactly, like the problems will get sorted. I
evolution.
mean, even as we are in the NNL, because I mean I have to, yeah, like it's not, again, there's violence, but I mean, sorry, people say there's violence. But for example, I went for a game. I went for an away game. I traveled out of Lagos for an away game where it was supposed to be a behind closed doors game because the fans of that club had been violent recently, and they were under like some type of ban from inviting fans to their stadium, and there was heavy police presence. Like I felt safe, right? There was heavy police
Yeah,
presence.
yeah,
They actually stuck to um not letting fans enter the stadium. It was just like essential people, because I'm media, I had to be there, right? But
yeah.
like there was heavy police presence, and yeah, like I felt safe, right? Nothing happened to me. And that's in NNL, that's in the second division. So I'm pretty sure, even though we say that we have these problems, the leagues are also doing their best to solve the problems in whatever capacity they can. So yeah,
All
just
right. I think that
not
this
thinking about
now
the
ties down
problems
to
and
what
all
you
of that.
said. I think this now ties down to what you said about us having little knowledge of the leagues, right, of the Nigerian leagues, and less understanding of what is actually going on. And thank you for that clarification. I really appreciate it. So, before we round up, I thank you. You've given us enough insights on Sporting Lagos, and I'm sure the fans and our audiences are so excited to see what you guys do this season. But before we go, I would like to talk about like just the Women's World Cup and the Super Falcons. Like what we made it to the round of 16. Do you get our girls are going up against England? Do you get England have at least they beat Vietnam in their last game. They've not lost. They have a 100% win record, right? We've not lost as well, but two draws and a win against co-host Australia. I think that's actually decent. How would you do you like what our girls are doing and how they are representing, and how would you rate them in this England tie coming up?
Um, so I haven't really followed the Women's World Cup as much as I'd like to. I guess maybe I have not been. I don't know. I just haven't really followed it as much as I'd like to. I've not watched a full game at least. I've been seeing the
Okay.
results. I've seen the goals. I've seen the highlights, but I've not watched the games, right?
Yeah.
And I've been saying, and I know that we're playing England soon. But I think with how good we've been playing, with how I think I remember seeing some things before the World Cup about how, oh, we didn't stand a chance, we couldn't leave the group stage and all that. And
Yep. A
yeah,
lot of
we're
pundits said the
out of
same
the
thing.
groups. What did you say?
A lot of pundits said the same thing that we didn't have a chance against
Okay.
Australia and
Yeah, I don't
almost the
even know if it
champions.
was pundits. I just know that there was just like a general vibe that, there was just a general vibe that, oh, we're not something to be excited about. So I like the fact that at least we've left the group stages. I also know that England has been very good. I've seen the goals they've scored. I've seen highlights of their games. I know that Rhys James' sister is there cooking. That's Lauren James. But yeah, I think it's a game of football. I mean, regardless though, like we win, we don't win. They have. I think the Nigerian team, the Super Falcons, have proven themselves, have given a good account of themselves, have sort of spread some type of Nigerian culture to the rest of the football world because I follow FIFA on TikTok, and you're just seeing the Super Falcons. They're just like singing their songs. It feels like it feels. I don't know if it's because I'm Nigerian and that's what the algorithm is bringing to me, but it just feels like every time they're just behind the scenes with the Nigerian footballers. As we're singing our songs, as we're just taking in some of their personalities, and I think
Yeah.
whatever happens in the England game, we have made a mark. We have, you know, I think three African teams made it
Yes.
past the
Yes.
group
Three.
stage. So I think that's more than has ever been. So I think yeah,
Yes.
like it's great. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to watch the England game for sure.
All right, love it, love it. Please support our Super Falcons. Oh. Let us soar. You get above the three lionesses, right? Because we need that. But even like you said, even if we don't win, love it. We've made our impact. We've made ourselves known. You get, and our players are not here to play, right? So again, I'll ask one more thing. Seeing what you guys are doing, I feel like it is a globalization of football, right? Fans are being drawn away from just watching, European football. There's Messi going to the MLS. There's Ronaldo going to the Saudi league and taking like a host of players. We just saw Mane make the jump as well as the most recent player. Even Henderson. Henderson's excuse was that he doesn't want to hold Liverpool back, but okay, sure, sir, no problem. But we are seeing like a change, an expansion in football, and where you can get your doses of entertainment. How do you feel about that, especially seeing where you guys are setting the trail for uh, taking Nigerian football to the world? How do you see this entirety, and what do you think like it could possibly mean for Nigerian football?
I think like before Before this year, before last year, I think it majorly started with Saudi. Um, I mean, America had been doing some of the bringing, like, making older players come and retire there. Some Chinese clubs had done that as well, but I think Saudi, upped the ante really recently, and I think it's on a on a on a base level. I think it's good for football, right? I think it's definitely brilliant for football. Just the fact that people are now able to watch football in other parts of the world that is not just Europe, right? And so there's now Asia and there's now North America, and
Yeah.
hopefully, with more clubs and better broadcasting coming to Nigerian football, and just like the standard getting better, it would also then be Africa. Obviously there's the question that can we attract the type of talent that the Asian and the American clubs are attracting, based on what we can offer, money and security and all of that. And it might take a while, but you don't know how long Saudi Arabia has been working on this for. Like, this is probably like a government thing. And I was
Yeah.
reading some news where it was like the government has approved so billions to blah blah blah
To
for the
invest
next
in their
XXX years.
public investment
Exactly.
fund. Yeah.
And they didn't just wake up one day and do that, right? I think it has to start from somewhere. It has to start from there's always just something that starts the flame. And so hopefully there's something starting the flame in Africa as well. Hopefully there's some club or some group of
Who knows?
supporters that are
Or there's some
making
Sporting Lagos.
football look interesting again in Africa.
Yeah.
And who knows what butterfly effect that might start. So it's exciting. It's exciting. I don't know what the next 10 years for football in Africa will look like, but I think it's not something I'm scared to look forward to. I think it's something I'm excited to look forward to.
All right. All right. David, it was amazing talking to you. Like, I got a lot of things, and I'm sure our audience too got a lot from it. Like, it was, see, we can't wait to do this again. And we want Sporting Lagos to be successful because you guys are carrying the hopes and wishes of Nigerian fans who genuinely want us to be a global superpower. And we can't say enough thank yous to what you guys are doing. You get. So that will wrap up our episode for today, and I'm so grateful for you for coming. Before we go, though, normally we have on our episodes we have like games, right? And we just like play one short game
Oh,
or the
okay.
other. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to make it like it's not going to be it's not going to be hell difficult, but um,
I
this
hope
one
so.
is called. No, come on, come on. Don't you trust me? Don't you trust me? Have I not been a magnanimous host? Like, come on.
You have,
All
you
right.
have the best
So,
host.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, what I will say. So, thank you for staying to the end with us. We hope that you enjoyed every bit of this. Like, David Odunlami has been an amazing person. He's the brand storyteller for Sporting Lagos, and he has given us so much information. Hope you really enjoyed this. Um, we'll, we would like to see you on our next episode, you guys. And if you want to see more of us, you know where to find us. Follow us on all our socials on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at Off the Game Pod. You can also get behind the scenes content there, discuss with other fans what you think, and just share, like, really just share your opinions because we are eager to hear them. You can send us DMs as well. We are very open to it. You can catch us on every streaming platform at Off the Game Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you just get your audiovisual content. And we love to just see those numbers go up. So keep streaming, keep downloading, and Well, from all of us are off the game. Just me today. Keep enjoying the beautiful game. Peace.